Hello, preschool friends. It's Mrs. Crimmins here, and we are going to be reading a story about a construction worker and what a construction worker does during their day. So, we have started learning about construction workers and the different things construction workers do, but let's see what happens when they go to their job, just like your grown up goes to their job. So let's look at this picture. So we see a man and he's got something on his head. It looks like a hat, but it doesn't look like a regular hat. It looks like a special kind of hat. So I bet we're going to learn about some special things that they have to wear to keep them safe. And we can see that in the back of the book back here, there's some big machines and there's some people with some other kinds of tools back here. It looks like maybe they're building a house. So let's see what happens. And the title of our book is called A Day in the Life of a Construction Worker. And the story is by Heather Adamson. When do construction workers start their days? Most construction workers start their days early in the morning. They like to work outside while it's cool and light. Brad is in charge of many workers and projects. He goes to his office before heading to the job sites. So he's in charge of all of the other workers. So if you look at this clock right here, this is early in the morning. This is 5:30 in the morning. This is while a lot of us, even Mrs. Crimmins, this is while I am still sleeping and most of you are probably still sleeping. Some of your grown-ups might get up to start getting ready for work at that time, but most of us are still sleeping at this time. We're just starting to get up. What do construction workers do? So here we can see the clock, and this clock says it is 7 o'clock in the morning. So this is when a lot of us are up and getting ready to go to work, getting ready to go to school, and construction workers are starting their day. So they're already at work. Construction workers do different tasks or different jobs. Some build roads, other workers build homes or offices. Construction workers dig, pound, cut, and measure. So construction workers do lots of different things. Do construction workers work alone? What do you think, friends? Do you think the construction workers work all by themselves? Do you think one person can build a house all on their own? Construction workers work together in crews. Brad checks to make sure this foundation crew has enough people for the job. A driver backs up the concrete truck. Another worker moves the chute. The rest of the crew spreads the concrete with shovels and trowels. So it's important that they work together as a team in their crew so that their job gets done the right way. Because when they're working, for example, with concrete, the concrete can dry very quickly. So they have to get it all spread out and put where they need it to go so that it's in the right place in the right time so it doesn't dry in the wrong places. How do construction workers stay safe? Construction workers use clothing and equipment to stay safe. Brad wears strong boots to protect his feet. He wears a hard hat while he checks supplies at the job site. The framing crew uses safety glasses when they cut boards. They use earplugs to soften the noise from the saws and hammers. So if you look at this picture, this construction worker, she is wearing a hard hat to protect her head. You can kind of see the little earplugs, the little orange earplugs, and there's a string that goes around to the other one to protect her ears. She has gloves on. Why do you think she might be wearing gloves? Talk with your grown-up. Why do you think when she's working with wood, why do you think she might be wearing gloves? If you think she might be wearing gloves to protect her hands from getting splinters in them, I think you might be right. That's the thought that came to my mind. And you can also see right here the top of her safety glasses because she's hammering. If she hits something, she doesn't want it to come flying up in her eyes and hurt her eyes. That would not be safe. She would be hurt from that. Where do construction workers eat lunch? Well, that's an important thing. We have to eat lunch. So most construction workers eat lunch at the job site. Some bring packed lunches. Others buy their meals from a lunch truck. Brad gives cold water to everyone. Without enough water, workers could get heat stroke. So in the summertime when they're out working in the heat, it is important that they drink lots of water. You can see a big jug that's full of cold water for them to drink. So it's important for them to drink water so that they don't get sick from the heat working out in the sun and the heat. But you can see that they all eat together on their job site. All right. Whoops, we went backwards. Here we go. Who helps construction workers? Many people help construction workers. Architects and designers help by drawing plans. Contractors run construction projects. So this person in this picture, you can see that he is drawing plans or blueprints for the construction workers. So these plans are going to be shown to the people that they're building the project for. And then those people will say, yep, that's exactly what I want. And they'll give them to the construction workers. The construction workers will look at those. And then that's how they will build the house or the building that they're going to use. So architects and contractors help the construction workers. Inspectors also help construction workers. They check the work to make sure it meets city building codes. An inspector helps Brad check that the roof is safe and waterproof. So it's important that they build everything correctly so that it is safe for the people that are buying the house or buying the building. How do construction workers know what to build? Construction workers follow plans. So here they're looking at those blueprints. The plan tells the workers how to build things. Brad reads the plans for this kitchen. He makes sure the crew follows the plans exactly. He checks if there is enough space for the sink. So it's important that the construction workers know how to measure and how to cut and read the plans. What happens at the end of a construction worker's day? Before construction workers leave, they make sure the job site is clean and safe. The crews load garbage into a bin. They sweep up any nails left on the road and sidewalk. Brad piles siding neatly. He checks tomorrow's schedule before heading home. Look at that. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So he started his day at 5:30 in the morning. And here it is, almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon before he heads home. Here we have a picture of his truck. And if we look, these are labels of some different things that a construction worker might use. So if you follow my arrow, we're going to start over here with the cones, the orange cones. Those are going to tell people to watch where you're stepping or watch where you're walking. What is this thing called? If you said a wheelbarrow, you are right. Here's the word right here. Wheelbarrow, and that will help them carry dirt or concrete or other heavy things, rock or things like that, from one place to another. This thing back here looks like an A, is a ladder, helps them reach high places. Here's that water jug that we talked about. Here's some cord that they might use. Here's a saw. This one is a fancy saw. It's a circular saw. It's an electric saw that they plug in and they use to cut wood. Here's their gloves. There's a little tape measure there. They have a toolbox. Here's his hard hat. He has a vest, his plans. Here's another hard hat. He's wearing a tool belt. It's important that they have a tool belt to keep all their tools on. And his boots. And he has special boots to protect his feet. Most of the boots have steel toes, so they have a big piece of metal in the front of them to protect his toes if something heavy were to fall on him. And that, my friends, is a day in the life of a construction worker. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.